Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 112. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep, joined by my co-host, and I'm Miss Phil.
Hurt my ear.
What?
That hurt my ear.
Oh, sorry. We might want to turn me down. Anyway, so let's roll the intro. Alrighty, so I've been debating what to do for this video, what to talk about, and I didn't want to bring up the fusion thing that's all over the news, because I was like, we talk about fusion all the time, until I saw energy.gov Twitter posted a video that so originally I thought the big fusion news was that the U.S. managed to get more energy from a pellet of fuel than was put in. I thought, because I thought China did this months ago. I thought, it's just the U.S. doing it. No, we achieved ignition. And I'm like, well, I thought ignition was years away. So now, the next step is to basically, I think, keep it going, keep it fed, and actually generate electricity from it, and make sure the thing doesn't blow itself apart, because I think every time they do one of these experiments, they have to repair it. They haven't figured out how to keep it from destroying itself. But the United States has managed to achieve ignition in fusion. So remember how you said humans might never achieve ignition, or it might never achieve fusion, or it might be the 2030s? It may be much closer than we thought. Hello?
I hear you.
What do you think? What do you think about this? I mean, we're close to virtually unlimited clean energy.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I mean, we might see this within this decade, which means, honestly, if we achieve it within the next decade. I mean, the thing is, right? The next step is we have to build enough of these fusion plants to counteract, so that we can get these things up and running before catastrophic global warming happens. And then once we have fusion going, and have all these plants powering the grid, we then have to switch over to electric cars, which is kind of the big issue with the US. Isn't our grid? I don't think is going to be the big issue. It's going to be cars. But this is good, because now that this fusion thing, this will get Congress to be like, oh, gee, maybe we should invest in the grid and get it modernized and get it able to be, so that it's more robust, so that it will be able to handle, 100 million electric cars in the near future. Who is texting me? What is going on? Oh. Anyways, so very big. Humanity has achieved ignition. We've brought the power of the sun down here to Earth. Congratulations, humanity. Congratulations. And this was done in the U.S., so fuck everybody. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Fuck up. You know what, China? You tried, but fuck you, we won. So, well, I mean, that's not to say that we'll be the first country to actually have fusion on tap. That might be France, but you know. The thing is, though, right? So the method they used was with lasers. So they didn't use magnets; they used lasers. So I thought the laser one was always like, what? No way the laser one's ever gonna work. What? Like, no way. Apparently, I was wrong. It beat out the magnets. So shows what I know, right? Although I think the
Yeah,
big thing now is they have to be able to repeat this process, right? Oh, they did it once, but like can we do this reliably? So
yeah.
so and there was this has already started yesterday. This whole thing, like, there's a big announcement. U.S. Energy's got a big announcement about fusion. I'm like, what do they have? Like, they're gonna build a big fusion plant? Like, what? Oh, no, 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 no. They achieved ignition. I was blown away. I was like, what? Like, literally, we discussed this at the beginning of this year, I think. Because I brought up the China thing,
Hmm.
and we're like, oh, yeah, it'll be years away. No. Within the same year. Within the same year. So, I think the big thing is they got a crap ton of government funding from this latest round of the I think the US is still trying to figure out the 2022 budget, the 2020 budget. I don't think the 2020 budget's been even passed, and we're 2 years into the future. I think, yeah, I don't think they've actually passed the 2020 fiscal budget.
How does that work?
They just keep raising the debt ceiling.
Like, no, we can't pay for that. What?
They haven't been able
What?
to. They haven't been able to decide on past percentages, so the money's been spent. You can't unspend it.
That's like going to the store, your kid buying a candy bar, and then buying it off your grocery budget, and then like 2 weeks later, you look at the receipt and be like, "No, we can't buy that. We can't buy that. We can't afford that." Uh, but mom, the candy bar's been eaten 2 weeks ago. The candy bar's gone.
Yeah, it's
No,
gone.
no, no, we can't afford that. But mom, the candy bar's gone.
Yeah, so I think what it was is we got a bunch of funding, and so yeah, we just I that's it's just crazy that now all we have to do. I mean, I say this like it's an easy thing. It's not. I mean, we have to figure out now how to keep it going because like that was we've achieved. So this is cold fusion. I think this is what you could refer to it as. Cold fusion is the ability to generate more energy than you put in.
Mm-hmm.
So now we just have to figure out how to do sustained cold fusion. And I think the big thing about the energy.gov when I saw all this stuff was what was it? Oh, they were saying like this technology, this fusion was developed as a weapon, and now it's being developed to save the world. It was originally used in hydrogen bombs, and now the concept, anyway, it's not the technology, the concept is now being used to save the world. I always find it interesting that the hydrogen bomb, this is off topic, but the hydrogen bomb required a fission reaction to get the fusion reaction started. So it's interesting. So only thing with fusion is it kind of depends what they were using for fuel. Because if we used standard hydrogen, if we used helium, because here's the thing, it's going to be really cool because now we'll have a steady supply of helium of regular helium. Like we're gonna probably have it in the metric tons available to be used. Granted, they might need it to keep the lab cool. I wonder if this. I wonder if this comes into the calculations. So I wonder if the amount of liquid helium necessary to keep it cool is greater, and that will be consumed and leaked out will be greater than what will be produced by the reactor.
Mm.
Think about that, right? We built this thing. It has the capability of producing infinite helium. And actually, I'll talk about producing infinite helium here in a minute. It has the ability to produce infinite helium, and yet it may require more helium than it may require more helium to keep running than will be produced. I doubt it. Something tells me that wouldn't happen, but nevertheless, and I was thinking back to my video. And actually, it was crazy. So there was this video I watched by this YouTuber, Cleo Abrams. She made this video way back. It was with her and Simone Yitz, Simone Yitz, and they did a video together about building a fusion reactor in Simone's shop. Not an actual. It can achieve fusion. It just can't generate more electricity, more power than it's put in. And this device generated. This device achieved fusion, and well, they were talking about building it, and so I subscribed to her channel because I wanted to see this thing. I wanted to see them put it together and build it in their shop. So the months later, the video was published yesterday. At the same time, all this fusion news is going on, and I think to myself, there is no like is this a coincidence? Like, is it coincidental that we achieve ignition at the same time she uploads this video about fusion? Or is it that she uploaded it? Or like what? Because here's the thing, right? She made this video. Are you just gonna sit on this video for months after it's been finished? Right? Like what? Like, why would you sit on it? What are you waiting for? Then this happens, and now it's like, oh, I can upload it. So is it a coincidence that this fusion thing happened, and then so she was able to upload the video? Or is it possible that she knew the Department of Energy was going to make this big announcement in December? Because I think they achieved ignition like a year ago, because it has to go through the peer review process to prove that, hey, they actually did it. So I think this was done like a year ago. So did she know about this? And so she was waiting for the Department of Energy to actually post and actually be like, yeah, we did it. Manny is in the next.
What was her video about?
So the first video was like, hey, I'm going to build a fusion reactor. It talks about fusion. How humans do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, subscribe and stay tuned to when we upload it actually working. Building it and actually getting it to work. This was months ago, though. Let me pull up her. Let me pull up my subscriptions here. This was 2 months ago.
What was?
This she explained how nuclear fusion works.
Uh-huh.
And that she was going to upload how to do fusion in the shop. You know, she said she's going to upload it an indeterminate amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And now, fast forward 2 months, and humanity has just achieved one of the greatest accomplishments in science almost ever. Like, this could if we get sustained fusion here.
No, but my question is, so she uploaded the new video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is this announcement about fusion from the reactor she built, or
No. This is just like one of the. It's not so her reactor can't actually generate energy. It was one of the first ideas of how to demonstrate how to actually fuse things, how to actually get fusion to work. Literally, if it wasn't for like everything being like pretty like precise and kind of expensive, we could probably build this in my apartment.
What is her video called?
Which one?
Or her channel or anything so I can look it up?
Cleo Abram. So that's CleoAbram. So, but she doesn't mention anything about Livermore. Nothing, which is what this is the U.S. thing. Doesn't mention anything about it. So it's like, is it coincidental that she uploaded it the day before one of the greatest scientific achievements we will ever see in our lifetime? That we may
I
see in
think
our...
it was like Simone.
Yeah, it's her and Simone.
Oh, her and Simone.
Yeah. So is it coincidental that she just happens to upload it? I mean, yes, they were already talking about, like, the information got leaked yesterday. Today was the actual official announcement. But it's like...
Oh, so she was this 1 day ago, and then this video 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, was she sitting on this video, then saw, oh my god, all this fusion stuff, I better upload this? Or did she know? Did she know about the announcement? And if she did know, how did she know? And how did she not mention it in the video? I'm leaning on the side of, it is complete coincidental that she made a video about fusion and we achieved ignition. And she's like, holy crap, I can upload this. It doesn't seem to be getting any better views than her normal videos, which is kind of sad. It wasn't... Truth be told, I think she should have combined it with...
Why do you think she... The future?
What?
Why do you think she would have known about it in the future?
I have no idea. That's why I'm saying there's no way. But it's just so...
Well, no, like, I'm just wondering, maybe she read about it in the news somewhere and then made a video.
Well, no. This video, we did nuclear fusion. This was made months ago. This was made this summer.
Yeah, so... But did she say it happened?
No, nowhere in the video does she mention the Livermore experiment. Nowhere.
Yeah. So she read about that recently, right?
But the Livermore thing didn't come out until yesterday. So it's either A, she just coincidentally had a fusion video ready to go, and holy crap, the greatest scientific achievement ever, she was able to upload it the day that happened.
She read about it.
But like,
what do you mean? She read about it and made a video.
It's so coincidental. It's like, but why did she do it the day before? Why not the day of the actual announcement?
She hadn't read about it yet.
So you telling me
it's and then made a video?
No. The video was made months ago. She never mentions the Livermore experiment. Nobody knew about the Livermore experiment until yesterday. It wasn't mentioned in the video. So my question is, the video was done. I guarantee it. It was done. Ready to go. My question is, did she know this was going to happen? And if so, how did she know? And why was it not mentioned in the video? If you know, mention it. But the thing is, if she did know, why did she do it the day before the actual announcement and not the day of?
I'm confused. So, her video that she said we did it came out 1 day ago.
Right.
Yeah, so she found out that we did it yesterday.
No. That title has nothing to do with humanity at large. It has to do with what they did in Simone's shop. It's called, we did fusion. Not that we achieved ignition. It's just fusion. Like I said, we could literally do this in my apartment. This experiment, if we had the equipment, we could do it in my apartment. Well, we'd have to have a big enough circuit, which we don't have. But we could do this in some rando shop. As long as, yeah, we could do this in some rando shop. My question is, did she know? Did she know about this, that this was going to be, this announcement was going to happen? Or is it complete coincidence that she had a fusion video up, She uploaded it, and then boom, the next day, humanity is soon to be catapulted in the next epic of energy production.
I think I'm confused by what they talk about, and I have no idea how to answer your question until I watch the video. Because I am confused.
So, there's a type of fusion reactor. It cannot generate electricity. It cannot. It is literally impossible because you have to put in more energy than you get out of it. It's just impossible.
Okay.
But it's very simple to build. Simple being a relative term. And so she got in touch with Simone and was like, hey, Simone, if I find a guy who can get us the right supplies, you want to build a fusion reactor in your shop? And Simone was like, yeah, let's do that. So Cleo finds this guy who is a big fusion researcher.
Okay.
And he sends them the parts. And he shows up to help them build it. And they build in the shop. She shoots 2 videos about it. How one fusion works. To hype up this next one of where they actually build the reactor and actually get it to function.
Okay.
And so they fuse deuterium and turn it into helium.
Yeah.
Now, did she know that the Department of Energy was going to make this announcement? She never mentions it. There's no there's no.
Oh yeah, so she made it. So she coincidentally made the one at her shop work.
Well, no, it's not. No, don't worry about whether it worked or not. She just coincidentally, she had a video about nuclear fusion, and they were going to upload it. My question is, did she know that humanity was going to have this monumental achievement, and so that she had this ready and prepared, or...
Wait, does her new video talk about ignition?
No!
Then no, it doesn't. Then how is it coincidental? She never mentioned ignition.
That's the coincidence! She had a video ready to go about fusion, and then the biggest fusion news...
About her shop, right?
No! The fusion news is about Livermore. That is in California. That has nothing to do with her. Nothing. She doesn't mention it. She doesn't talk about it. She's not mentioned anywhere. She's not an actual fusion researcher. She's just a YouTuber. She's actually just a journalist.
So what is her video about?
Them building a fusion reactor that literally anybody could build. Cody's lab was going to build it at one point.
Okay.
It doesn't actually... It fuses things, but it can't generate energy.
What's the problem?
My question is, did she know about the announcement ahead of time?
Why does it matter?
I'm just curious. I'm just baffled that I mean, it's not, if it was doing well, I would be even my mind would be racing, but it's not doing well. At least doesn't seem to be doing well, but I don't know what her normal demo.
It doesn't seem to matter.
It matters because it's like, how did she know?
No. Let me put it this way, okay? She talked about this 2 months ago, okay? Let's pretend this video she made that came out yesterday came out a month ago. Would it make any difference?
Yes, because it would be irrelevant.
Exactly. So my point is that she could have read about it and been like, oh, this could be our shot to go viral. Let's post this.
But why not wait till tomorrow?
It's already been posted. People are already going to be scouring the internet looking for videos about fusion, and bam, who's the first video that popped up? The one that came up first, most recent. Because because I don't know about you, but when I'm looking for a video about, a topic that's trending, I look at the timestamp. Is this something that was posted a year ago? That's not relevant to now. If it is something that's posted 8 hours ago, oh, this is freaking recent. I'm going to click on this video.
I just think it's crazy because...
So she waited, and so my point is that she could have waited until now, and then like, oh, this is perfect time. People are gonna go search a topic about this, and they'll be like, oh, look, this video that came out a couple hours ago, perfect. Now they may be slightly disappointed in the fact that she doesn't mention any of the current research, but hey, whatever, she gets the watch time. And
So
maybe
yeah,
that's why the
it's a
subscriber count
coincidence.
isn't as high as you would suspect because she didn't mention the current research.
So it's a coincidence. My question is though.
No. She read about it and decided to post
No,
it.
it's a
thinking it'd be her
coincidence
video.
that she had a fusion video ready to go, and then this thing happened, so she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
able to
yeah,
upload
yeah.
it. That's a
I don't know if
coincidence.
she decided to post it.
Now it'd be an even bigger
She might have had this video
coincidence.
in the backlog, just waiting to post it.
Yeah, it would be an even bigger
And it was like,
coincidence.
oh, I'm gonna push this out now.
Yeah, it would be an even bigger coincidence if she uploaded it and didn't know about the fusion reaction until after she uploaded it. Now, here's my thing though. It's in line. Like it's sequentially, and it's, how do I put this? It's on time. It was uploaded on time. So like she's doing like 2 videos every month, it looks like. Recently. Yeah. Recent-ish. And it's been consistent.
Yeah.
And so it's like, gosh, how did she either had the biggest luck in the world or she knew. But if she knew, why didn't she say anything?
Yeah.
Maybe she'll talk about it in one of her shorts.
Oh, she does shorts too.
Yeah, of course, like every YouTuber does shorts.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
those
know.
actually get most of her views. That's insane.
And it's irritating.
Huh?
It's irritating.
Yeah. But they're more
I'm
supplemental.
not a huge fan of shorts, but whatever.
I don't like them either, but they're supplemental, so it's not. So it's just like an extra bit of content. Like when they're supplemental, I don't mind. And actually, currently, shorts are the only way to hear anything from Vsauce when he doesn't upload videos for months
I
on end.
know.
So no, Cody. Oh my god.
Because shorts are nothing but just it's just one of those paths that sucks you in to a mind-numbing robot looking for a dope of dopamine
Yeah.
or whatever, just clicking away, hoping for something to grab your attention and keep you watching. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, just a couple more and then I'll be done. And then next thing you know, you get hooked and it's like, oh, no, a couple more.
Um,
Crazy. It's just crazy.
I just try to avoid it.
It's just, yeah. So, pretty crazy. Fusion's gonna be a thing. It was probably already gonna be one, but now it's like almost definitely gonna be a thing, and it's definitely gonna be within our lifetime. So, that's pretty cool. That also might mean that we'll see hydrogen cars become more of a thing because, oh, and the big thing about fusion is right. So, last little bit about fusion, then we got to get on to another topic. I don't want this to be too long. Another big thing about fusion is that, in my opinion, this allows us to deliver water anywhere, fresh water, anywhere on the face of the planet. Because now, desalination of water is, well, A, it's a step in making and getting fuel for fusion, and B, well, we need fresh water. And so this will fix California's agriculture problem and all their cities not having enough water. So they've got the ocean right there. So that fixes their issue. It doesn't really help us here unless, oil pipelines get replaced with water pipelines, which that's a possibility. I would assume they probably.
Oh, wait, go back. Wait, what's the thing about water?
What do you mean?
You create water?
No, so we need. So water has hydrogen in it and deuterium. And where else are you going to get large amounts of hydrogen that is easily made? You're going to get it from water. Huh?
Oh.
You're going to get it from water. And you're not going to use fresh water. I mean, you would like to use fresh water, but you're going to zap up all the freshwater supplies to make energy, which wouldn't be beneficial to anybody. So, where else do you get it? You get it from the ocean. Well, if you're going to be desalinating all this water anyways, you might as well, and since we're going to be using it to make fusion, which is going to generate oodles amounts of energy very cheaply, we can just literally just use that to then...
Is this cheap though?
That's the
How expensive is this thing that they had to build, right?
Well, yeah,
Cheap.
it's expensive to build, but once it's up and running, the fuel for it's cheap. Hydrogen is easy to get, and so the thing about hydrogen, the biggest limiter with hydrogen is the energy necessary to make it, is to get it. We need energy to get it, and well, we have to pay for energy. Well, if the fusion can generate enough electricity to power the grid and desalinate enough water to keep the fusion reactor going, well then hell, if we get it fine-tuned enough, we can generate tons of this fresh water to give people water. And so, my question would be, so down in Texas, right? Would it be wise to set up water pipelines from Texas? So Texas builds fusion reactors on the coast, pumping in fresh water, pumping in salt water to give everybody fresh water, and then what they don't use, they pump it up to us. That's a finite resource, though. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's the thing. I don't want to continue to use groundwater. We don't want to. That's our reserve. We don't want to use that. That is a finite natural resource that if we use it up, it's gone. It's like oil.
But I mean, for as often as we get rain,
no, we do not get rain often enough to replenish it. No.
I'm asking. I don't know.
We don't. Some places do replenish, some places don't. We pump out, think about it this way, right? So, there's a reason we irrigate crops out west. It's because we don't get enough rain. So, we irrigate the crops because we don't get enough rain. So, if there isn't enough rain, we're not gonna. What rain we don't we irrigate more because we don't get enough rain, and so the less rain there is, the more we irrigate, which means the less water gets put back into, which means there's less water being put back into the ground. Anyways, my question is: do you think we'll see water pipelines instead of oil pipelines to pump water up here for crops, for just cities? That's an interesting question. Pump it from the ocean. Bring it here, which means maybe droughts in Nebraska won't be a big issue. I mean, it'll be a big issue for cattle because, well, we have to, the climate will restabilize eventually anyways, but that'll be long after we're dead. So in the near future, the thing is, though, there's still, I don't know. Point is, on to our, we'll probably last a subject since we're 30 minutes in. So, do you want to talk about lasers or do you want to talk about Mullen again? Because the forecast is not looking good for Mullen.
Actually, I have my own topic to discuss.
What?
Hello?
I didn't hear what you said. Something about another topic, or?
Yeah, I had my own topic to discuss.
What's that?
So, the National Institute of Standards and Technology has finally, I guess not finally, but they have decided to confirm names for the prefixes of 10 to the 27 and 10 to the 30 power
Oh God.
So it's 10 to the minus 27 and minus 30 power.
Oh no.
I'm not going to upset, though, because I didn't use Hella.
Oh my gosh.
They did not use Hella.
Oh my gosh.
No, I thought it would have been absolutely perfect. No, what did they decide to use? Quetta and Rana, or Rona, or something.
Those sound about right. Those sound more,
Awful, awful.
but those sound more on brand than Hella. So now you can't just say one Hellagram. You have to actually say one Quetagram.
One Ronagram.
Oh, Ronagram or whatever.
Ronagram. And that doesn't even sound as good.
It doesn't.
One Hellagram sounds like a ginormous amount. One Ronagram sounds.
Why?
It sounds impactful.
What? So what was the why? Why did they decide to do this all of a sudden?
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just become more useful.
Are we really measuring things in that size? What is humanity measuring that we need a unit that
Well, I
big?
told you the Earth's mass is 6 telegrams. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's ronograms.
60 Ronic. Yeah, but like, why are we measuring magnitudes? Why are we measuring masses of Earth? That's my question.
No, I'm saying now you can express the mass of Earth without the use of a bunch of exponents.
textbooks, textbooks written next year. We'll have that included, and kids in the future will have to.
Yeah. You know, about the only silver lining to this whole mess is that there are 4 less things I need to remember. I think I only had a test on it once, and that was in chemistry. And I don't even think I had to know that high. I think we've had to know up to like Terra.
Now you have to know.
Because in chemistry, there's really no use to anything that large.
Yeah, and Terra's.
I mean, you have terabytes.
Yeah, but that's not chemistry.
Yeah, but I mean,
What are you doing with gigagrams, anyways? What are we doing with teragrams? Like, what? It's like the mass of a. No, teragram. I don't even know the reference for that.
what are they doing?
What? It's like the mass of the Earth's crust could maybe measure in teragrams?
I mean, I will say in electronics, we use pico in pico a lot.
Oh, did you
Picofarad.
watch? That reminds me. So if we're talking about units, did you watch Potassium's latest video?
On the one on how to measure a microgram or something?
Yeah, yeah. Did you see? Do you remember the unit they gave? It was even smaller than a picogram. It's even smaller.
What?
It was even smaller. They had a unit in there that was smaller than a pico.
I don't recall.
Oh,
I don't recall what you're talking about.
so he was talking.
Well, no, they could measure down to a piconewton of force.
Well, no, they were able to measure smaller. There was one unit below that.
Femto?
I think it was femta. Yeah.
I don't know. I just recall them talking about piconewtons.
Well, yeah. But he was like, "Oh yeah, we can do that, but we can actually go smaller," which I thought was crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You can measure the force of the laser pointer.
Yeah, a basic laser pointer too, yet to boot. That's crazy. Huh.
Yeah.
What do we even need to? So, like on the small scale, though, there's nothing that size to measure, anyways. So, like,
I mean picofarads.
no. I'm talking back to the Ronda, the Rondagram. So whatever the small one was, the quinta, whatever the heck, there's nothing that small that needs to be measured, anyways, because atoms are bigger and subatomic particles are smaller. Well, no, sorry. subatomic particles are bigger than that. So it's like anything. So like,
No, the mass of an electron is 10 to the negative 31.
oh, so now it's still like 1,000 rondas.
Mm,
Oh, sorry,
10.
no, sorry. It's still
10.
0.01. It's still 0.0001 rondas.
What? 10. One exponent change.
Oh,
Minus 10.
oh, I
10 to
didn't
the
know the
minus
ronda
10.
was 30.
I said 10 to the negative 27, 10 to the negative 30.
Oh, okay. And then the electron's what? 10 to the negative 31. You said.
Something like that.
So it's
Something like
point
that.
0.1 ronda.
Yeah. No, I think it's quetta.
Okay, sorry. It's point 0.1 queso.
Quetto. I can't even pronounce it. See, this is the problem. I want something easy to pronounce. If I have to guess how to pronounce it, that's bad. I should not have to guess how to pronounce the name. It's too difficult.
That's why you got. That's why you gotta do That's why you gotta do the ones that I do, the joke ones. Well, it's point 0.1 queso.
What?
Well, if it's quetta, we'll just call it queso.
No,
What do you mean no?
I don't like it.
You don't want to call it queso. What were you gonna call a small unit?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh my god.
Hello. You,
Point
right?
one hello. I don't want to call it point one.
A hellogram. What's wrong with the hellogram?
Well, I don't know what we'd use to measure that with.
What do you mean?
It still doesn't make sense because the electron's smaller and everything else is much larger.
No, the electron's bigger than the... No. The 10 to the negative 30, that's meaningless. We don't need that. The 10 to the minus 27 we could use.
Oh, right. Yeah, so why did they name 10 to the minus 30? That's useless. The electron's smaller than that, and everything else
I
is
think
bigger.
it could have an even number. Because you can't end on 24, right? No. You have to... Before they were ending on 21. No, wait. No, they did end on 24.
Ha!
Now they want to end up on 27. They're like 27. Let's go one more and end on 30.
Of course. Humanity's drive to be compulsive.
Mm-hmm.
We are coming up with completely useless units. It's not even like we could use it for, like, gravitons. Because gravitons are massless. It's useless.
You'll probably never need to use it, ever.
Nope.
I think I did read something that it could potentially be useful to talk about the amount of information in the weight of one bit of information. But it's like, when would I ever need to use that? And that's one number. It's not like that's a measurement, because I imagine a bit would be the same, right? 1 bit for this is 1 bit for that is all 1 bit. I don't know how or why a bit would change mass.
Well,
Depending on what a bit is of.
maybe it'll be important when we finally move on from silicon and we use something else for transistors.
I don't know. But they did give some things that they're looking for in the names. Which makes sense, but I still think Hella would have fit. Number one is the name should be simple and, if possible, meaningful and memorable. I think Hella is very memorable and meaningful. Hella, very big. The name should have some connection to the power of 10 to the 3 that they represent.
Holy shit.
Yeah. 10 to the power of... Well, no, I guess what they're talking about is that, so if you look at the name,
Nuclear.
Rana. It comes from the Latin derived from annena in novum, suggesting 9 powers of 10 to the minus the ninth power of 10 to the third. I don't know, I think they're a stretch. They don't even really fit, so mine doesn't even have to fit. The third one should be Latin or Greek. I'm sure hell could be Latin or Greek. Multiples should end in A and O. Yep, absolutely. Hello, hella. Same letter for power of 10 in uppercase for multiples and in lowercase for submultiples. Letters already in use for SI prefixes. See, the only problem with this is that there already is a capital H, and that's Henry's.
What the hell is a Henry?
What?
What the hell is a Henry?
It's how you measure inductance. And then...
Wait, hold on. Is that a combination unit? Or is that its own unit?
What do you mean, its own unit?
So, like, grams is a base unit. Well, even grams isn't even a base unit anymore. It has to be...
No, so there's only 7 base units. The 7 base units are kilograms, seconds, meters, mole, ampere, candela, and did I say Kelvin?
No.
That's it.
Okay, so
Those
Henry
7.
is not. I was going to say. Actually,
You
is
need some
kilogram...
kind of...
Can kilogram even be counted as a base unit?
Why not?
Because it has to be... Because, like, kilogram is derived from energy.
What?
Because the modern definition of kilogram is based off of the definition for what a second and a meter is.
It is. But before it just used to be like a hunk of mass.
Right. So before it was a base unit, but now can it still be counted as a base unit?
We still call it a base unit, yes.
Even though technically it shouldn't be, because it should technically be whatever watts per joule, whatever.
I don't tell the General Conference of Weight and Measures how to do their business.
I'm going to tell them how to do their business. Damn it, they got to keep things.
I'm forced to obey their rules. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I gotta mention the fusion thing again because it popped up. I saw something in my recommendation, and I clicked on it, and then I saw something else in that recommendation, so I clicked on it, all on YouTube, and Real Engineering uploaded a video about fusion 2 days ago, and so it's like there's somebody had to know, right? Like I was reading these comments. This person's like, damn, this is a really impressive thing. This video clearly took a long time to make, and you managed to release it right on the heels of the major fusion announcement. Props, man. Somebody commented then, is it luck, though? Clea Abram also released a fusion video today. Suspicious. That's what I'm saying. They had to have known. Real Engineering, though, this was 2 days ago, which his might have just been like, oh, shoot. He uploaded it at just the wrong time. 2 days early. But, yeah. Oh, man. That's crazy. What are the odds? What are the odds? Like, he uploaded it 2 days ago. Probably didn't even think about it. You know, he's answering comments. And then the fusion announcement yesterday and today. And he's just like, oh, well, gee.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, yeah. But to go back to what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Technically, if you want at the base level, the 2 most basic units that do not depend on anything, that you have to purely define by themselves, are the second and the mole. That's it. Because the second is used to define the meter.
Right.
And then you use the second and the meter to define the kilogram.
Right.
The ampere is defined using the second. the temperature Kelvin. Kelvin is used defining the meter, second, and kilogram.
Oh, that's
Candela.
right. Kelvin is because Kelvin is average kinetic energy. So therefore, it'd be measuring, well, it's kinetic energy. So those units.
Candela is defined using meter, second, and kilogram.
Dun 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 dun.
So second and mole are the two most basic units that are not defined using anything. Technically now, all the units are defined using constants. However, those constants are defined using the units I just discussed earlier. So second and mole are really the two basic units.
Which is crazy. And a mole. I love the mole. The mole's the most just arbitrary thing. Just some guy was like, carbon 12. 12 grams of carbon 12. The number of atoms in that is going to be... How did he ever... How did Avogadro come to this conclusion? I've always wondered this.
I read about it and I forgot.
Oh. I know it was about carbon 12, but and obviously it makes sense that we need the mole. It's very useful in chemistry and calculating things. But how does one come up with such an arbitrary number? It's a massive number too. It's not like it's small. It's a big number.
Yeah, I don't recall. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's so random. Oh, man. Anyways, so, yeah, freaking units, man. But I love in the Vertassium video.
This says, I don't think he found his number.
Oh.
I think he proposed it. So it says the first rough estimate of the estimate came from courtesy of Robert Millikan. And Millikan is the guy who did the oil drop experiment to find the charge of an electron. But Avogadro is from like the 1800s, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Like he's an old white dude. Old dead white dude.
They're mostly old dead white dudes.
I know, it's kind of sad, right? Like all the greatest scientists, Hawking and Peter Higgs, are like the last great scientists that are gone in Feynman. Like the last greatest scientists that are gone to time.
Well, yeah, I mean...
From the recent era.
Well,
like,
yeah.
I don't know who is out there right now that's well known.
Well, yeah, no, but that's just because their discoveries or contributions to science haven't yielded anything significant yet.
Yeah, all the scientists out right now have not done anything significant yet.
I'm sure whoever was leading the team...
But it's kind of sad, though.
Well, I mean, it is sad. Well, that's not sad.
No one has done anything great, because everything has been experimental.
Well, yeah, yes, but it also...
I don't know the last great theoretical work that has been published that we have discussed. Like, imagine, like, when the idea of relativity was proposed. Like, that was, like, worldwide news. Like, everyone probably knew about this. Like, what? What is crazy Einstein talking about now? Well, they can travel between the universe?
The next thing is whatever... So, I mean, the next one will be whoever discovers dark matter.
Yeah.
Whoever figures out...
Dark matter's old, though. That's the thing, though. It'll be an experimental discovery.
Well, yeah.
Dark matter's still an old theoretical work.
Right.
It's not recent. My point is, what is the most recent theoretical breakthrough? Not experimental breakthrough.
Well, nothing, because
theoretical breakthrough.
Well, no one's been able to prove. We have to prove it. We've had lots of theories, but all of them require like 80 different freaking dimensions.
That's my point, though. Proving is experimental. What's something new?
There isn't anything new because
exactly that's my point.
We have gotten to the point where, like we've talked about this before, we've gotten to the point where humanity has gotten to the point where unless we engineer a way to discover these things, we're at the limit of our knowledge.
Einstein wasn't.
Huh?
Einstein wasn't. They were just running with shit. Newton was just putting paper and paper out after paper. He didn't have any way to test his theories.
Well, yeah.
Einstein did the same. Einstein just kept pushing paper after paper after paper. No way to test it until years later.
When did people realize that Einstein's because everybody thought Einstein was wrong.
It wasn't until the 90s.
Huh?
It wasn't until the 90s that people came to a general consensus that general relativity is true.
Right. So it took years. So it's very.
But my point is that theory had already existed. What is the newest theory that's 100 years ahead of its time? Nothing.
That we know of? We don't know. We don't know.
That's what I want to know. Why is it not mainstream? I want to know of something huge that people are discussing that we have yet to come up with an experiment for.
No one's discussed that with. Well, no. Well, think about Einstein. No one discussed. Did people actually discuss relativity? No. Like it's whatever's now. No one. It's the same as relativity was then. We won't know.
No, because people are going out on crazy expedition to try and prove it. Like the whole solar eclipse thing in 1919. That was a huge discovery.
All right, so okay. Yeah, but like they knew how to engineer a way into it, though. That's the thing. They knew how to prove it with engineering. They knew. They were like, oh, yeah, okay, to test this, we can do this exact experiment. You know, can gravitons do gravitons actually exist? Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, we can probably discover them. We just need an accelerator that's going to cost $250 billion. And it's got to be big, very big. And it's got to contain cutting-edge technologies. Things that don't even exist yet. Some guy in China right now working in one of their labs is going to discover it tomorrow.
Yeah, it was in 1919. So prior to 1919, Albert Einstein was virtually unknown beyond the world of professional physicists. By the year's end, he was a household name. It was November 1919 was the month that made Einstein into Einstein. And it was partly because I believe that same year of the solar eclipse that proved his first theory, he also won a Nobel Prize that year.
Well, yeah,
for the photoelectric effect.
But, yeah, that was for photoelectric effect.
Yeah.
RIP.
There's been nothing though that's mainstream that I know about.
Well, yeah, that's because we haven't proved anything. The CERN super collider's been offline for years. You know, no. You know what the last one was? You know what the last one was? The Higgs boson.
That's what I said, Peter Higgs.
Oh, I didn't hear Higgs.
Peter Higgs is old.
Well, yeah, it took a while. Yeah. You realize how long it takes to build super colliders? I mean, by chance.
What's something new though? What's a new theory, and within the 21st century that we will not prove for 70 years?
Probably anything. According. So the hairy black holes thing, like that. Actually, that might even be 70 years. That might be never. Actually, it's more than likely never. Hockey
Because in my
radiation,
mind,
like
most
hockey
people
radiation, we haven't been able to prove it. It might be 70 years before we detect it, if we ever
But
do.
my point is that's not the 21st century. Like, I want something that we don't like dark matter. We already know. We have already heard of the name. Like, I want something that has its own name. Like, the most unique thing ever that we have not been able that we will not prove for 70 years. Something that is not research that has not been done prior to the 21st century.
Well, I haven't been reading a physics paper now. Now, have you?
I've read a few.
Recent ones?
No, not recent.
Well, see, there's the issue. I'm sure if we were reading recent theoretical physics papers, maybe we'd actually be like, oh, maybe this will be discovered in 70 years. And the thing with the Higgs is, though, we could have discovered the Higgs in the previous century had the U.S. government not decided to not fund the Texas Super Collider. The Superconducting Super Collider. That's what it was called. Superconducting. The SCS. Superconducting Super Collider. The SCSC. Had we actually built the SCSC, it's very possible we would have discovered the Higgs boson in the previous century. Or, I guess, the wrong Higgs boson.
Yeah, that's the truth they don't tell you.
Well,
But the mass of the Higgs is
that's the
actually
thing. We don't know.
theoretical math.
The thing is,
What?
right? CERN discovered the wrong Higgs,
Yeah,
but
that's
we
the
don't
truth they don't tell
know.
you.
We don't know what the SCSC would have discovered. It could have discovered probably not discovered the correct one because, well, this incorrect one kind of breaks all.
Because the thing is, I
basic
think I
model.
told you how the Higgs that they discovered.
It's the wrong mass.
If this is the mass of the Higgs, it destroys the standard model.
Rip.
I don't know why my professor went in to discuss. I wrote down a few notes that are in my notebook somewhere. But he went into a few things, how if this is the mass of the Higgs, it destroys the standard model.
Well,
We hope there's a second Higgs out there to prove the standard model.
but why are there two
Otherwise, the
Higgs?
standard model will be torn to shreds if this is the mass of the Higgs.
But the question is, why are there two Higgs?
Exactly. There's the other question. Why two Higgs? Why two Higgs?
What is a Higgs? That's a different discussion for a different day. That's a different discussion for a different day. Anyways, unless there's something else to say, I think we've reached the end of the podcast here. What an exciting one. We've cracked fusion. We came up with new, completely useless measurements. And, and we've discovered humanity, is stuck physics-wise. I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcasts every Friday, 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Central Time, and good night.